I 100% had to look up how to put this back on. Hello everyone, welcome back to the SLP Peep. I am Janell in SLP Peep, and today we're going to be talking about finding your place in life, mainly in a CF life. For the month of August in 2022, we're talking about life after graduation. And today will be finding yourself. So finding your place. This is mainly finding a place where you want to work. When I was in graduate school, our teachers, our advisors, pretty much all told us the same thing. And it was two things. Where have you always wanted to live? What setting do you want to work at? I agree with one of these two things. I agree with where do you want to work? What setting do you want to be in? Do you want to work at schools? Do you want to work at a private clinic? Do you want to work at a hospital, a rehab center? Where? Yes, knowing where you want to live geographically is very important as well. Not as important as what setting do you want to work at. For the most part, wherever you live, they're going to have a setting at that location or close enough to it, and the same vice versa, so whatever. The first question to ask yourself is, what do you like to do? Do you like working at schools? Do you like working at hospitals? Do you like working at skilled nursing facilities? Or do you want to say no to all of that and you want to work at a private practice setting of some sort? Do you want to work with the older population? Do you want to work with newborns? Do you want to work with children? Do you want to work with adolescents? Where do you want to work? Is the very first question to ask. So the second question is a little weird. It's what do you not want to deal with, and what do you not know that you may or may not want to work with? Let me get into that. When I was in graduate school, I want to work with kids, but I do not want to work at schools. Those were the two things I knew. I also knew I did not want to focus on adults. I did not want to focus on adults, period. What I did not know was my setting type. I knew not schools, but I did not know if I wanted medical or private practice, which were pretty much the only two options left for me. So what I did not know was medical. What I do not want is schools. What I know I'm okay with is children. Thankfully, I was given an internship at a skilled nursing facility that had a very unique specialty, and I was able to work with children and adults. From that opportunity, I realized I can do adults. They're fine. They're just not my forte. But knowing what you do know, what you don't know, and what you don't like. Very important. If you know you don't like something, then don't even bother looking at it. If you don't know, you may want to look into it because, again, you don't know. And if you know you like it, chances are you're going to go to the next step, which is figure out who's working there, what different places there are, and you know what, we're going there right now, evaluating all your options. Did you know that finding my last internship and finding a location that will accept me as a CF, I contacted 20 plus places? I had already gone through my list. I was okay with medical. I was not okay with schools. I liked where I did my last internship, but I wanted to see what else there was. So I started contacting all the private practices, all the medical places, and a few places I got an interview with, or I was emailing the boss at least. I applied to over 20 places. These places include places I was 100% okay with, pediatric outpatient clinics, loved those places, medical settings for pediatric and older, they were okay, I could work with it. Only 3 places got back to me. Only 1 for my last internship, and 3 for taking me on as a CF. I decided to do my CF at where my last internship was, almost purely on the fact that I already knew my supervisor, I knew the work, and I had a gut feeling. There are times when people may take a position, which seems great at first, and it seemed great at first. What to do when you're working at a place and it's just not working out? I had two friends where this was essentially the case, and they both did very different things. One of my friends stuck through it. She ended up making herself a paper chain, counting down the days, counting down the weeks, and if she knew it was going to be a stressful week, she gave herself rewards at the end of every day that week. She found ways to make work enjoyable until her last day. For another friend, unfortunately, pretty bad circumstances. Unfortunately, she was in her CF at that time, so she had to find another location. And she was able to find another location a few time zones away, but doing something she enjoyed. So finding your place may change over time. It's not to say anything bad about you or anyone else. It's just that you change over time, just like other people change over time. If a person needs to evaluate themselves every year, every few months, every few years, to see if where they work is the place they feel the best, where they can grow the most, that they're comfortable with at the same time, let them evaluate themselves. And if that themselves is you, go ahead, evaluate you as well. Find a place that you find works best with you. It may be starting a scary adventure, but if that adventure allows you to grow and expand and become a better person, it might be worth it. For the question of the day, how do you find your place? I found my place through like a lot of personal experience. I always enjoyed working with kids and not adults. And then I was kind of kicked into a medical setting. I enjoyed that place, partially because there were 1/3 of the clientele were kids. I found out I was okay with medical through that. Write your answer down below. I hope you have a terrific day, and until next time, bye-bye.